The hype around the Apple's Vision Pro launch this year was undeniable. But is it truly the breakthrough we have been waiting for? They call it their first spatial computer with the world's first spatial operating system, promising to seamlessly blend the physical and digital worlds. But does the Apple Vision Pro deliver on its promises, or is it just a clever marketing ploy? And what does it signal for the future of extended reality? Spatial computing isn't just about fancy headsets. Welcome everyone to the Data on Stage for this month. I am your expert today, Lionel Sujay Vailshery, Senior Researcher for Technology and Telecommunications, navigating the extended reality landscape and unpacking spatial computing with you today. Let us dive into these questions and take a comprehensive look at the exciting landscape of spatial computing. Okay, so let's first unpack spatial computing. Imagine the digital content you usually see on screens, maps, instructions, even games weaved into your real-world environment. You may have experienced this to some degree. Directions appearing on the street as you walk, like in Google Maps, or previewing furniture in your living room before you buy on Amazon or IKEA apps. That's the tip of the spatial computing iceberg, merging the digital and physical worlds. The tech bit works through cameras and sensors that track your position and orientation. Some even map your surroundings in 3D in real time, opening new ways to interact with digital information. This concept encompasses a spectrum of immersive experiences, including augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, all of which fall under the broader term extended reality. Imagine your phone's camera with superpowers, augmented reality, or AR. Adds cool stuff on top of what you're seeing, like funny Snapchat filters or directions that pop up right on the street on Google Maps, or catching Pokemon in your neighborhood. Want to jump into a different world? Virtual reality or VR lets you do that. Put on a headset and you are transported someplace completely digital. Perfect for immersive games, practicing flying a plane in a flight simulator, or even overcoming fears in a safe virtual space. Not futuristic enough? Mixed reality, or MR, blends the real and digital worlds. Imagine designing a 3D building model that appears on your coffee table, or getting holographic repair instructions overlaid right on a car engine. From funny filters to immersive games and futuristic design tools, AR, VR, and MR are changing the way we see and interact with the world. And there are two ways in which this MR experience is brought about. And to understand this, let's look at the scale of continuum. AR headsets with MR capability, headsets or head-mounted displays such as Microsoft HoloLens, have clear lenses that let real-world simply pass through and approaches virtuality using hologram-based digital information blended into the real, approaching the MR in the reality-virtuality continuum from the left to center. VR headsets with MR capability. Headsets like Apple Vision Pro or Meta Quest 3 immerse users in virtual reconstruction of the surroundings using built-in cameras, which is then augmented with generated virtual objects, approaching the MR in the reality-virtuality continuum from right to center. Apple's Vision Pro launch was a landmark moment and has definitely made a splash in the spatial computing and mixed reality market. Is it the inflection point for spatial computing? While the $3,499 price tag might seem like a barrier, forecasts of 1.5 million shipped units by 2025 suggest a rapidly growing consumer acceptance, surpassing initial projections by industry experts. Intriguingly, over 50% of users engage with the device almost every day, indicating that Apple has cracked the code for creating compelling everyday use cases for this technology. And to capitalize on the thriving accessory market, with cases, lenses, and controllers to further customize the headset, indicates a strong ecosystem. However, it is important to remember that sustained growth will depend on factors like the expansion of developer ecosystems, which has been one of Apple's recent challenges, where developers of some popular apps such as YouTube or Netflix, just to name a couple of big ones, have announced no support. Nevertheless, it is essential to consider that Apple's brand power and existing ecosystem play a substantial role. The challenge will be whether this initial momentum translates into sustained mainstream adoption of spatial computing as competing technologies and manufacturers with more affordable options emerge. Apple Vision Pro is a powerful proof of concept, demonstrating this technology's immense possibilities. Apple's adoption or reception also showcases how fast spatial computing technology and public acceptance have evolved. It all started back in 1956 with the Sensorama, a booth that aimed to immerse you in a movie experience. 1968 saw the first head-mounted display, the Sword of Damocles. Then in 1991, things went public with virtuality arcade machines. The modern VR revolution really kicked off in 2010 with the Oculus Rift prototype, followed by Samsung's smartphone-based Gear VR in 2015. Microsoft expanded the field in 2019 with augmented reality or mixed reality HoloLens 2. Recent developments in headsets have been huge for the industry, with the release of Meta's Quest 3 in 2023, followed by the release of Apple's Vision Pro in 2024, bringing serious competition to the world of mixed reality. Let us explore the competitive landscape of the extended reality or XR market. Apple may be a big player, but it is not alone. Known for their Quest headsets, Meta continues to invest heavily in VR, pushing boundaries in gaming and social VR experiences powered by their Horizon operating system. Primarily an entertainment device with a strong focus on gaming and immersive experiences, is making significant strides into productivity sphere, especially for those with the need of visual collaborations. With the recent PSVR 2 release, Sony brings VR to its massive PlayStation ecosystem, emphasizing high-fidelity gaming, leveraging the power of PlayStation 5 to deliver stunning high-resolution visuals, enhanced tracking, and haptic feedback. The streamlined setup and integration with the console has reduced the barrier to entry compared to enthusiast-focused PC VR setups. With its HoloLens, Microsoft, focusing on enterprise and industrial use cases, is revolutionizing field and work collaborations. Imagine engineers visualizing 3D blueprints overlaid on real-world construction projects, or technicians receiving expert guidance remotely with repair instructions superimposed over machinery, focusing less on entertainment and more on how HoloLens can increase efficiency, enhance training simulations, and improve communication and problem solving in industrial or medical environments. Let us look at some market figures to get a sense of these companies' position within the broader spatial computing world. Meta was the leading extended reality headset vendor in terms of shipments in 2023, occupying 72% of the market in the fourth quarter of the year. Meta's device range includes the Quest 3 and Quest Pro, with the latter released in 2023. Sony ranks second among vendors, accounting for around 15% of shipments. Other noteworthy mentions: a host of small players like Pico, HTC, and Xreal specialize in niche applications or cutting-edge AR technology. Look at PSVR dominating the awareness landscape, most likely stemming from the immense popularity of PlayStation console itself. This is followed closely by MetaQuest and Samsung Gear VR at 62 and 58% respectively. Now, MetaQuest might not be a surprise here, but popularity of a device like Samsung Gear, which was discontinued in 2017, reminds us of the lasting impact of early market entries and the power of a strong parent brand like Samsung. Remember Google Glass? It was a bold move into wearables and augmented reality in 2013, but the world wasn't ready. Privacy concerns, a clunky design, and limited functionality made it feel like a solution without a problem. Fast forward to 2024, and Apple Vision Pro's launch signaled a massive shift in the landscape. Wearables are now common, and the tech in Vision Pro is mind-boggling compared to glass. High-resolution displays, LiDAR, eye tracking with an M2 chip capable of running machine learning and artificial intelligence on board with a dedicated R1 chip as a sensory processing unit for a smooth AR experience is the whole spatial computing package. The possibilities are genuinely exciting. Google Glass was an ambitious early step, but Apple Vision Pro entered a market primed for this immersive experience. Naturally, that initial launch price was steep, which is typical of Apple. Now the key question is whether we will see a more accessible SE-style version to really push mainstream adoption, just like they have done with iPhones. Something to keep in mind, not every device offers the same kind of experience. Let's delve deeper into the reasons behind the burgeoning excitement for spatial computing. The numbers tell a promising tale. In the realm of AR hardware, market revenue is projected to nearly double between 2023 and 2024, reaching $4.5 billion. This isn't mere speculation. Businesses are clearly recognizing the potential for a transformative shift in their operations, manufacturing processes, and service delivery. The fact that the number of active AR users is expected to surge to 46.7 million around the same time further bolsters this notion. People are intrigued by how AR can augment their daily lives. Now let us turn our attention to VR hardware. The market revenue projections are robust, expected to reach $11.4 billion in 2024. However, what's truly impressive is the projected user base of approximately 134 million. This indicates that VR's ability to provide immersive experiences, particularly in the gaming and entertainment sectors, is a significant draw for consumers. These figures underscore a crucial point. Spatial computing is not a one-dimensional technology. Both AR and VR are attracting significant interest and investment. AR is forging ahead in terms of business adoption, while VR has a solid presence in the consumer market with its immersive experiences. Envision the potential of these numbers in a few years as headsets advance and entirely new applications for this technology emerge. The possibilities are truly awe-inspiring. The most exciting developments are happening in mixed reality, where the boundaries between the physical and digital worlds blur. With the right blend of technologies, devices like Microsoft HoloLens, Apple Vision Pro, and MetaQuest 3 aim to deliver both compelling augmented reality and virtual reality features, signifying a convergence of these technologies, leading to a sci-fi-like world of mixed reality. This convergence of AR and VR capabilities within a single device could be the key to driving broader adoption of spatial computing. Let's not forget, just like a smartphone is more than fancy hardware, these headsets are just the beginning. The real magic happens with the software, the platforms, the ecosystems that power these experiences. Consider the concept of avatars, our digital selves that interact and socialize in these virtual spaces. Well-designed avatars are not just a feature, but a crucial element for fostering a sense of presence and acceptance, allowing us to connect with others on a deeper level. It is not just about the headset's capabilities, but how these platforms, whether the metaverse or players like Apple developing Realm with their focus on AI, shape our experience. Let us explore this fascinating aspect. Will the future of spatial computing be dominated by individual products or large-scale platforms? Some experts argue that standalone products like Apple Vision Pro are the way forward, offering focused, high-quality experiences. Others predict the rise of overarching platforms like the smartphone ecosystem, where developers can build diverse applications and services. It is a fascinating debate, and likely both products and platforms will play vital roles. All right, let's dive into this with a closer look at the numbers. The mobile AR market is exploding. From a modest $12.5 billion in 2021, it is on track to hit $36 billion by 2026. These figures speak volumes. In-app purchases, advertising, and the application software are driving huge revenue streams across both AR and VR markets. Software revenue alone is set to jump from $12 billion to $13 billion within just a year, with e-commerce, gaming, and social media leading the charge. But let us not forget their VR counterparts, fueling adoption on a massive scale. It is seeing significant growth too. VR software revenue is projected to reach $4.3 billion by 2024, with a massive chunk of that coming from the gaming sector. This growth is reflected in user numbers. Over 3 billion people already use AR-powered visual search, and VR software should reach around 148 million users by 2024. Let us talk about use cases. Picture life-saving precision in surgery with AR overlays, or revolutionize mental health therapies with VR. In education, imagine field trips without leaving the classroom, dissecting complex concepts with your own hands, and training simulations that put learners right in the action. For engineering, think real-time global collaboration on 3D designs, virtual prototyping, robotics, and AR-guided assembly in manufacturing. In electronics and manufacturing, visualize microscopic flaws with AR, see assembly processes step by step, and upskill workers faster than ever with immersive AR training. Even the military can benefit through ultra-realistic training simulations, mission-critical data visualized in the field, and AR-powered planning tools for smarter strategy. And then there is entertainment. We are talking location-based adventures, immersive stories, and virtual performances that feel mind-blowingly real. Let us look at this survey from US, where people are starting to see the Apple Vision Pro as more than just a fancy toy. Sure, entertainment is still a huge draw, but the strong interest in health, fitness, and creativity hints at a growing understanding of its potential for practical applications. People are seeing how this tech could change the way they take care of themselves, express their creativity, and even do their jobs. This could be a sign that mixed reality is poised to move from a niche interest to something that genuinely transforms our everyday lives. Now let us focus on business transformation. Tech giants like Apple are betting big on spatial computing. Ever wondered why? They see the power of merging digital and physical worlds for both incredible customer experiences and supercharged operations. This tech can revamp sales and marketing. Think of demonstrating products in a client's own space using AR or VR. It can empower workforces through hyper-realistic training simulations, or help field technicians troubleshoot with AR overlays. From streamlined processes and quality control to a serious boost to that bottom line. Spatial computing also offers an edge for decision making in smart city planning with interactive city plans. Finally, let's tackle the question of device costs and peek into the future. Devices like the Apple Vision Pro might seem like a major investment right now compared to others at a lower price point. So where does that price difference come from when comparing it to something like the Meta Quest 3, which is the closest competitor? To help see this, we have some CAT scan images courtesy of our friends at Lumafield. Displays. Apple's device uses higher resolution screen, high pixel density micro OLED displays, leading to a crisper image but at a higher cost. Sensors. The Vision Pro packs in more advanced sensors for eye tracking and hand tracking, which directly impacts both cost and the kinds of experiences possible. Material and construction. Apple is known for premium materials and build quality. This translates to using higher-end components with more complex manufacturing processes. Software ecosystem. Apple is heavily invested in building a robust development ecosystem around spatial computing with Vision OS. This translates into an additional cost overhead. While it is true that Apple might be pushing the boundaries with their headset, with the software and hardware mismatch, they offer us a glimpse of the future potential of this technology on the hardware front. And on the software end, Meta has recently open sourced the Horizon OS to third parties, enabling more people and businesses around the world to harness the power of mixed reality. Envision a future with more accessible devices with the rich developer ecosystem, each generation more powerful than the last. This is the trajectory of spatial computing, and it is a journey worth embarking on. As we wrap up, let us recap the key points from our discussion today. Apple as a catalyst. Competitors will likely focus on features that clearly differentiate themselves from Apple's offering, such as a more open platform, niche specialization, or aggressive pricing to compete. This could also lead to more diverse feature sets tailored to different audiences, and ultimately greater choice for consumers in the mixed reality market. XR adoption. Extended reality and spatial computing are transforming industries, with the enterprise use cases leading the way. Consumer markets hold vast potential, and adoption will likely surge as technology becomes more affordable and everyday applications emerge across AR, VR, and MR. Platforms. XR devices provide the gateway to immersive experiences, but the spatial computing platforms behind them determine how intuitive and seamless these experiences are. Devices will evolve, but robust user-friendly platforms are essential for unlocking spatial computing's potential across industries and in our personal lives. We are still in the early stages, but spatial computing's trajectory is undeniable. Whether your interest lies in business, education, or simply the sheer thrill of new technology, this space is one to watch. The big question remains, will standalone products like the rumored AR and VR headsets define the future, or will we see overarching platforms dominate? My take is that ecosystems are key. Platforms foster a vibrant developer community, and that is where we will see the innovation that truly catapults spatial computing into our everyday lives. Also, let's not forget about the disruptive generative AI's power to transform this industry, empowering users to generate dynamic virtual environments on demand that merge effortlessly with the physical spaces, fundamentally altering how we design, collaborate, and experience the digital world around us. Thank you for joining me today. For those of you attending this webinar live, we will be opening the floor to questions shortly. If you are watching the recorded version of this webinar via our platform or social media, thank you for watching. For more expert-led insights across industries, make sure you sign up for future webinars so that you can have access to the data discussed in this webinar and to be part of live Q&A sessions.